Notice the front end on the bucket right here is at almost straight up and down, and that's not advised. If you look in your tractor's manual, and I always suggest go to your tractor's manual, open it up, take a look at it. They suggest using, and depending on the manufacturer, can be anywhere from a 45 to a 40 degree angle. 5 degrees is not that much. I know on a John Deere, you can pretty much follow down the line of the front of the tractor, and as long as everything is pretty in line, you're about 45 degrees, but John Deere does suggest 40. 40 would be slightly upwards, or the bucket slightly off of the angle of the bottom of the front end loader. So if you sighted down it, the bucket would be slightly looking up, and this is what it looks like. They also suggest going into float mode, which float mode, we've been through that before. Float mode is you go forward, and right when it comes to a stop, you push it forward into the indent. The front end loader can now float, and you'll see it lift up right here as I go back, and we're floating. There's no pressure at all on the front end of this tractor. Tires are still on the ground. And we're not overloading it. What this does, if you look at the rams right here, the rams are extended, and you end up bending this ram right here. If we catch a big rock, a stump, piece of concrete, it will bend the rams right here, something you don't want to do, or the piston rods. You don't want to do that, so don't bag drag like that. Always use the float mode. If your tractor doesn't have the float mode and you have to back drag, you can always lift it up slightly. Make sure that you're not digging into the ground. You can back drag that way. I don't suggest doing that, but that is one technique. One of the other things you can do, bring your loader bucket all the way in to where it's level. When it sits on the ground, you're going to pull back forward, bring it down flat, and back drag like this. Now, there again, not every tractor has float, so if you don't have float, this is a little bit safer. Those rams are almost all the way in. You're not going to bend the rams this way. It still puts a lot of pressure on the front end loader. And actually, the best way to do it is in float mode. We'll go back again, all the way forward into the indent. We back up, and our loader is floating. One of the other things that we don't want to do is we don't want to dump the bucket. Dumping the bucket is where the bucket, and I call it flat facing, and this is one of the worst things that you can do. You can see up there that the rams are fully extended. They're very vulnerable in this configuration, and back dragging like this, if you hit anything, those rams, the piston rods, are going to be the first to go. And this is what this looks like. Again, what may look like something that's working really, really well is actually could damage your tractor, and you bend those rams, it's over 400 bucks easily. Next up, and you'll notice I tilled this up. I don't suggest using a tractor like you would a skid steer. They're nowhere close. Skid steer is a lot more stable. If you notice that when you start loading up your bucket on a tractor with a front end loader, your tires start smashing in. You're not going to keep it level going across it, so you're not going to get the same effect that a skid steer has as you see them skimming across the top of the ground. So what I suggest doing, and this is the way that I do it, everybody's got their own way. My way is not the only way, but this is how I do it. These tractors are more designed to pick up loose soil. Anything like mulch or topsoil or anything like that, you have a load brought in and dumped or whatever, you want to pick up loose soil with it, and you're going to put less impact on the tractor. Very simple and easy, four-wheel drive load, slightly tilt down the bucket, move forward slowly, don't let it dig, start. Come up with a bucket load. That by far is the easiest way to do it without damaging the front end loader on your tractor. The next thing we're going to look at here is traveling with a load in your front bucket. When your tractor bucket is fully loaded, you're going to notice that the higher you go, you're changing your center of gravity. The chances of tipping the tractor over, laying it on its side, are far greater the higher you go. You never want to travel with the bucket up high like what I've got right here. If the tractor would happen to dip down on one side, the momentum that the tractor has, it's going to take the tractor and lay it over on its side, something that you don't want to do. So don't travel with the bucket high. Keep your load low and slow. Remember those two things, low and slow, and you're going to be good. The tractor's not going to lay over. If you're going into a pile of dirt like what we've got in front of us, what you want to try to do, try to get your bucket as level to the ground as possible. Now, if you don't have a leveler, this tractor does have a leveler on it. I can tell exactly when my bucket is flat to the ground. If you don't have a leveler, you can look at the top of the bucket in most cases, if the bucket is designed this way. When the top of the bucket looks flat, you're most likely the bottom of your bucket is going to be a flat. Now, as you're going into the pile, as I'm going into it, the weight from the material that it's picking up in the loader is going to want to try to make the tractor front end loader go down. My tires start compressing, so I start digging into the ground. I want to try to go in as level as possible. So when I start going in, as I start gathering a little bit of material, I want to start curling that bucket back in so that I'm not digging down into the ground, and the bucket itself is going to skim across the surface. And something that we want to try to do when we're going in to pick up a bucket full of, let's say, a pile of dirt like what I have in front of me. Now, if I don't do anything and I just go straight in with the bucket, it's going to keep digging down, down, down. The tires start compressing. The weight on the front end loader starts bringing the bucket and the front end loader down itself. Remember, this is not a skid steer. It doesn't have the stability of a skid steer. So as weight is put on this front end loader, it's going to start falling and start digging down into the ground. So what we want to do is we want to get our bucket as level as possible. We're going to start going in. I start collecting material, and I'm going to roll that bucket in back towards me. And I got a pretty good load right there. So if you keep that in mind, you're not going to end up digging in and making deep holes. Now, if I was trying to pick up material off of, let's say, a concrete driveway or a concrete slab or any solid hard-packed surface that I know I can't dig into, I would want to go in and start the bucket off at about a 30-degree angle. And that's going to be something like this right here. What that's going to allow me to do is clean that hard surface off as I'm going in. You wouldn't want to do this in an open field like what I'm doing here, because it's just going to dig in and come to a stop. But what you would do and what it would look like would be similar to this right here. I'm coming in and I'm scraping that off of a hard surface right here. This only works on a concrete surface. So remember, 30 degrees. If you're scraping off a concrete surface, if you can, put it in float mode. Whenever you can go float, go float. Float is your friend. It takes all the pressure and the stress off of the front of this tractor. Always remember too, keep those tires on the ground. You don't want the tires lifting up. When you do that, you've got too much pressure going in on the loader, on the arms, and on your contact points of it, and that will destroy your loader. If you keep these things in mind, you're not going to tear your tractor up. And if I can say, if you're a first-time tractor owner, this is a good way to do it. If you've got a better way to do that, drop it in the comments. Like I say, my way is not the only way. This is just what I have seen and what I found over the years that helps protect this tractor. These are too much of an investment to tear up. You'll see a lot of people do it, sadly, on YouTube videos. So take care of your tractor, and it'll take care of you. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you being here. Please hit the like and subscribe button. And until the next time, remember, buckle up, ROPS up. The life you save may be yours. And we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.